Okay, members, this is Sean again. I wanted to drill down on another segment here. We're calling it the four financial questions that you should be asking. So, before we begin, we're going to get to the four financial questions that every single member should know and understand and be asking right now of themselves, and also asking any financial advisors you may have in your camp or on your team. But on a scale of 1 to 10, the question I have for you is how ready are you for retirement? I understand that retirement will look very different for most of you than our parents and grandparents had as far as their vision of retirement. But on a scale of 1 to 10, how prepared are you? Are you ready for it? What does your gut tell you? When I ask questions like this to my clients, the typical response is anywhere from 6, 7, 8, right in that range. If I get someone who answers that they're anywhere from 1 to 5, then I definitely know they have to make some changes. If you answered anywhere from 5 to 8, then to me that tells me that you've got some really good traction and direction, but you're not quite at 10 yet. If I hear 8 to 10, I really question that. I ask the clients how confident they are in that number and why they believe they're an 8 or a 10. Anyway, the four toughest financial questions that everyone has to know and they have to ask their advisors and the people that they go to for counsel are: number one, what rate of return do you have to earn on your savings and investment dollars to be able to retire at your current standard of living and have your money last through your life expectancy? In other words, what rate of return do I need to get on my money today and for the rest of my working years so that I won't outlast my money at retirement? Number two, how much do you need to save each month or each year to be able to retire at your current standard of living and have your money last through life expectancy? Number three, doing what you're currently doing, how long will you have to work before you can actually retire and enjoy that money at your current lifestyle, as long as that money lasts through your life expectancy? So the third question is, doing what you're currently doing, how long will you have to work to be able to retire and live your current lifestyle through your life expectancy? Number four, if you don't do anything different than what you're doing today, how much will you have to cut back or reduce your standard of living at retirement for your money to be able to last you through life expectancy? Okay, so four very difficult questions to answer, but we need to know the answers to all four of these questions. There are only 5 things that you can do to ensure that you won't outlast your savings at retirement. The first is you can increase your rate of return. Second is you can save more money. Number three, you can work longer. Number four, you can lower your future financial lifestyle in retirement. Or there's a fifth one, you can change the rate of inflation. I don't know how you do that, but that is something that you can do to make sure that you don't outlast your savings at retirement. Okay, so let's take a look what this means in practical terms. We have a client here, age 38, expected retirement age is 67, and life expectancy we have 92. He's got $150,000 current income, about $88,000 saved and accumulated for retirement. He's saving about $6,000 a year towards his retirement. Our assumptions, our growth rate assumptions are we're going to assume there's a 6% return on his money. That's a pretty wild assumption, though. If you think about what's happened with 401ks, IRAs, and mutual funds over the last just 2 cycles, 2 bubbles that occurred. The last one in 2008, the one before that was in 2001, the dot-com crash. So when that happens, it's tough to get 6% compounded annually, but we're going to assume that. At retirement, we're going to assume a 4% distribution rate. The inflation number, we can set any number you want for inflation. I'm going to use 3% as our inflation number because that is the expected number over time. Defined benefits, we're assuming that there's going to be Social Security around when this person's retired. Who knows if that's true? Don't know how much that'll get you. Maybe a couple of $1,000s a month in Social Security, so 24,000 a year. We're assuming a cost of living increase of 3%. The beginning age is 67 when this guy's going to start drawing down on Social Security, and then again we've got a life expectancy of 92 years old. All right. When you have a current income, what typical financial planners do is they say at retirement you should be able to comfortably live on 80% of your current income and not reduce your lifestyle at all. You should be able to maintain the certain lifestyle at retirement with 80% of your current income. And the thought process is just simply that you're not going to have the expenses. Your house is going to be paid off. You're not going to have the kids to pay for anymore. So those expenses will be gone and you're going to be just spending down your wealth at that point. So you'll see something pretty shocking here. At age 67 here, we've got a total accumulated value of $1.7 million saved for retirement at that 6% annual growth. But what you'll notice is that if you were to spend that money down at retirement at starting at age 67 and maintain the current lifestyle that you have, that you would be spending about $102,000 in today's dollars every year, year after year after year. But with the rate of inflation being 3% here, you can see that you'll have to pull out $240,000 at age 67 to maintain the current lifestyle of $102,000 in today's dollars. The next year you'll have to increase how much you withdraw, year after that, and you can see that in very short order you deplete your entire account. And then at that point you're just living off of Social Security. All right. Now, there are 5 ways that you can fix that problem. The first way to fix that problem is to increase your rate of return. And so we're going to look and see what rate of return would be required in order for us not to outlast our money at retirement with our life expectancy at age 92. The rate of return that is needed on your money on that account is 11.71%. All right, that's an increase of 5.71 percentage points. So you're going to need to get 11.71% every year, year after year after year on your retirement savings in order for you not to outlast your money at retirement. Okay, the second way we can solve that problem is we can just save more money between now and retirement. So let's calculate. We're currently illustrating that they're saving $6,000 a year. Let's calculate how much money they'd be required to save in order for them not to outlast their money at retirement. You can see here that in order for them not to outlast their retirement income, they'll have to save $34,000 a year or almost $3,000 a month. If they do that, then there's a chance that they won't outlast their retirement income. Okay. The third way you can solve this problem is just simply work longer. So let's calculate how long we'd have to work in order for us not to outlast our income or our money at retirement. You can see this is horrible. This is what we call the Walmart greeter syndrome. You know, unfortunately, more and more retirees are having to go back to work at retirement to create supplemental income just to be able to maintain their current lifestyle. And as you can see, in order for this equation to work, you'd have to work to age 79 so as not to outlast your money at retirement. The other way that we can solve this problem, solve this dilemma, is we can spend less at retirement. So let's calculate how much less money do we have at retirement if we want to stretch our dollar and make our dollar last us through retirement. And this is horrible. You'd only be able to spend $105,000 a year in the future, which would be equivalent to about $44,000 in today's terms. Instead of spending what you wanted to maintain your current lifestyle and withdrawing about $240,000, you would only be able to withdraw about $44,000 in order for you not to outlast your money at retirement. All right. So again, there are only 5 ways to fix the problem. The 5th way is kind of unrealistic, and that is just simply to change the rate of inflation. All right, and that's not very likely to happen, I don't think. So this is the dilemma that most people are facing today, is how do you generate enough wealth and preserve and protect that wealth so as not to outlive your money at retirement. All right, and there is only one solution to that, and that is controlling your personal economy and controlling the flow of your wealth inside your personal economy. All right, I hope this is helpful. I'll talk to you soon.